Welcome to Divine Mercy of the Most Holy One. Selections from the Kabbalistic Zohar, Part 2 of 2, on Words of Wisdom. Kabbalah is the ancient mystical school of thought of Judaism, literally meaning the received. Kabbalah is also an esoteric method believed to have been revealed to elect saints and preserved by a certain few since the time of the Garden of Eden. Kabbalah aims to explain the relationship between God, the unchanging and eternal Ein Sof, the infinite, and God's creation, the mortal and finite universe. Kabbalists developed their own sacred texts, especially during the Middle Ages. These texts, however, still remained within the Jewish tradition, as they often worked with scriptures from the Hebrew Bible to demonstrate the extraordinary teachings of Kabbalah. One of the most foundational of the Kabbalistic texts is the Sefer HaZohar, a Kabbalistic commentary on the Torah, which means the first 5 books of the Hebrew Bible. The Zohar, which scholars believe was recorded mainly by the 13th century Spanish mystic Rabbi Moses de Leon, presents profound discussions on many topics, such as redemption, prayer, and the nature of God, the cosmos, and souls. The word Zohar means brightness and refers to the light manifestation of the divine. Today, we will be presenting selections from the Great Holy Assembly, a volume of the Zohar where Rabbi Shimeon leads a group of holy sages through a discussion of the principles of divine mercy as symbolized by the various parts of the beard of MACROPROSOPUS. MACROPROSOPUS is an aspect of divine emanation in the Kabbalah, representing divine will and the source of divine compassion. The Zohar introduces the concept of divine configurations, and in the Book of Concealed Mystery, another volume of the Zohar, the various facial features of MACROPROSOPUS are explained, along with the representation of the divine qualities. Thus, in our readings today, there will be physical descriptions of various parts of MACROPROSOPUS's beard, along with discussions by Rabbi Shimeon and other holy sages regarding the divine quality that each part represents, as well as supporting evidence from the Hebrew Bible. Let us continue. Chapter 17, concerning the 6th part of the beard of MACROPROSOPUS. The hair is arranged in the 6th conformation and ascends from below upwards, and touches the circles of most excellent fragrance, even unto the beginning of the mouth above. And the hair descends from the beginning of the mouth above unto the beginning of the opening of the mouth below. Arise thou, Rabbi Yisa, and expound this confirmation. Rabbi Yisa arose and commenced and said, Isaiah chapter 54, verse 10, And thy blessing shall not depart from thee. Also it is written, And in everlasting compassion have I had mercy upon thee. We have learned in the Book of Concealed Mystery that every work exists in order that it may procure increase for mercy, and that it may establish the same. Also, that this is not to be cut off nor removed from the world. This is that which is written, And my compassion shall not depart from thee, namely the compassion of the Ancient of Days. And this compassion of the Ancient of Days is the mercy of truth. And this phrase, mercy of truth, is not said concerning the life of the body, but concerning the life of the soul. And therefore is it written, since he himself wishes mercy. This is the 6th confirmation of the venerable beard of the Ancient Ones. Chapter 18, concerning the 7th part of the beard of MACROPROSOPUS. The 7th confirmation is that wherein the hair is wanting, and there appear 2 apples in the circles of fragrance, fair and beautiful of aspect. Rabbi Shimeon commenced and said, Song of Songs, chapter 2, verse 3, Like as the apple tree among the trees of the wood, so is my beloved among the sons. What is the apple tree? Like as this in itself has 3 colors, so do the 2 apples of the Holy Blessed One contain 6 colors. And those 2 apples, which are the 7th confirmation, include all the 6 confirmations before mentioned. And concerning them is that passage to be taken in Proverbs chapter 16, verse 15. In the light of the countenance of the king is life. Also we have learned that from those apples goes forth the life of the universe, like as it is written. Numbers chapter 6, verse 25. The Lord makes his countenance to shine upon thee. Here is understood the exterior, countenance which when it shines blesses the universe. And we have learned that whensoever those external, inner heavenly lights shine, he blesses the whole world, and wrath is no longer found in the universe. And if these externals do this, how much more do these 2 apples, which ever shine, which ever are joyful? When those 2 apples are disclosed, all the worlds rejoice, and are perfected in all perfection. And all things rejoice and shine, and no good thing is wanting. All things are satisfied at once. All things rejoice together at the same time. Come, behold! The external countenance at times shines, at times is obscured. Whence we learn that it is not always luminous, but only when those superior apples are uncovered. This have we learned. Those hidden apples shine and are ever brilliant. This is that which is said, may he return and have mercy upon us. May he return, that is, again, whence it is to be noticed that sometimes they are concealed and sometimes uncovered. Wherefore it is said, may he return and have mercy upon us. Chapter 19, concerning the 8th part of the beard of MACROPROSOPUS. The 8th confirmation, there goes forth a certain tress of hairs surrounding the beard, and they hang down evenly into the heart. Arise thou, Eleazar, my son, and expound this confirmation. Rabbi Eleazar, his son, arose and commenced and said, all things depend from the divine influx, even the book of the law or the Torah in the temple. This we understood from the book of concealed mystery. Therefore, do not then all things depend from the divine influx? Also, we have learned that the book of the law or the Torah must be holy and its covering holy and the temple holy. And thus, the law has been constructed in triple holiness, in 3 degrees in 3 days, but the Sheshana is in the 3 following, which are the table, the ark, and the temple. And in the same manner, it depends from the book of the law or the Torah, and that depends from the divine influx. Because all the holinesses of all holinesses depend from that divine influx. Also, we have learned that all things depend from that divine influx, which is symbolized by that tress of hair of the beard, from which all the other hairs depend. Why is this called the divine influx? Because from it depend the influences and the influences of the influences, and from it come forth those which are above and those which are below. And that in it all the things of the universe depend, superiors and inferiors. Also in the last place, the book of the law, or the Torah, which is in the temple and is crowned with the 10 holinesses, is not accepted, hence with the other holinesses. All things depend from the divine influx.
I don't think you should eat something that had a mother. I don't think that's right. Salim Stoudemire, vegan.
Cherished viewers, it was a delight to have your company today.